Welcome to She Rises Through It, a space for honest becoming, slow growth, and the unfiltered middle of motherhood, healing, business, and building a life that actually feels good. I'm Sydney, and this podcast is where I reclaim my voice in real time. It's not about doing more, it's about doing it differently. If you're craving real conversations, soulful pauses, and a reminder that you're not alone in the messy becoming, you're in the right place. And just a reminder before we begin, I'm not a medical or mental health professional. Everything shared here is based on my lived experience. Please seek qualified care if you're needing support. You deserve it. You're not behind, you're becoming. You guys, we're just getting messier. My laptop is in the store getting fixed. It's 3 months old and the screen broke. So here we are working on figuring out if I can do a podcast on my iPad. So let's do this. It might be messy, but we're just going to keep going with it. Today, we're going to talk about reflecting and belonging again. So we're staying true to last week's episode. So if you're still here, let's jump on over and listen. Welcome back, everyone. Episode 12. I'm excited you're here. I want to do a little house cleaning things real quick. I have some beautiful retreats that are in the making. I'm just finalizing some partners for leaders for 2026. I definitely want to make sure that you guys do not miss these transformational retreats. So head on over to sydneyjocelyn.com. Get signed up for the wait list and sign up for the collective. Get weekly emails from myself, beautiful voice notes that are a little bit different than this podcast. They're just going to be created perfectly and imperfectly, beautifully for you on your journey of becoming. When retreats are finally finalized, ready to go, if you are signed up for the collective, you will find out about them first before I launch them. And then they will be launched here on the podcast as well as they will be on my website. Outside of that, another house cleaning thing, it's not really house cleaning. I want to hear from you wherever you're at on your journey of becoming. If any of my story resonates with you or you are enjoying my podcast, please head on over to Sydney Jocelyn on Instagram and DM me. I am here for all of it. I am here for this journey. Don't forget to like, share, comment, share it with a friend. And I really, truly hope this story resonates with you, my beautiful journey and my beautiful becoming. And if there's things that you want me to touch on, DM me. I am open to all of it because we're on a journey, remember? We are not on a destination. And the more we ask questions, the more we share our knowledge and our resources, the more we all just come together even more. So let's jump into it. I have been reflecting a lot. It has been a wild journey, I must say. And it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. It's something that I'm not who I was, but I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. When we finally start putting ourselves in the shoes of reflecting on our life and reflecting on what we've gone through versus just pushing it away and letting it to just be drained somewhere within our bodies. The moment we start working on it, so many things, so many new doors, so many new connections start opening. It's been a journey for me. I had a beautiful conversation with my mom today. It was beautiful. And if anybody knows me, my mom is my best friend. She is my rock when I need her. She has been there with me through everything, my good times, my bad times, my darkest times in my life, just truly supporting me and helping me. even with our boys, after having the boys, the emergency C-section, she was down there. When Brooks went into NICU, she was immediately there. And even everything after that, every doctor appointment, every medical visit, every random emergency visit, if things weren't right, she would be there. We haven't had it easy, but we haven't had it difficult too. I know there are so many other stories out there that are worse. And the only thing I can say is we're all on our own journeys. How we deal with them and how we cope with them is definitely a little bit different in creating that community and that connection of working through it all. So, anywho, me and my mom were talking this morning because this weekend we were over at their house visiting, enjoying our day with them. And my mom mentioned that you can't just keep saying you have generational trauma. Like, you have to just start living, because if you stay stuck, you start dwelling and you start worrying and you just don't live your life, and you need to. And I agree, you absolutely need to. And the other flip side that I also believe that you need to work through the things that are bogging you down, that are holding you back, because ironically, our bodies are these beautiful temples. Our bodies are so miraculous and they connect to so much more than just ourselves. And within my somatic healing certification class that I'm in right now, anything that happens like can set a trigger or rewire a certain part in our nervous system. It can land somewhere and we can be completely stuck and we can truly not move forward. And when we start doing the reflecting and the inner work, we truly get to understand who we are and come back to ourselves. I'm going to be honest, I'm not perfect. I'm showing up in the messy middle. I've had good times, I've had bad times, I've had extremely fucking dark times. And there have been moments that life has hit me so hard, I was in the wrong mindset, that I needed extra support. I needed extra therapy. I needed extra individuals to help guide me to be in a positive mindset, because I do have a very positive mindset. It's just I have been shaped around so much negativity that I'm working on rewiring that and working on changing that aspect of my life. But I've also had some really good times. However, these last 3 months, being able to reflect and sit back and finally start doing the inner work, especially after having 2 children that have a rare gene mutation, my husband having it as well, my body is always in fight or flight. And my body finally said, you're done. You need to stop. You need to slow down. You need to start working on yourself and start doing the inner work. And it's hard. It is so hard. In the conversations I've been having with my mom, I absolutely agree. I agree with her. I need to live my life. I want to live my life. I want to give everything to my life, to my children, to my husband. On the flip side, I know there are these small little things that I need to work through to become my best self and to be able to fully move forward. And I was honestly going to use the word and to heal myself. But here's the thing. I'm starting to hate the word heal or healing, because when we utilize that terminology, we're saying that something's wrong and something's broken. Here's the thing. I am not broken. You are not broken. We are on this beautiful journey of life. We have been given such a magnificent opportunity to live purposefully, intentionally, and be present. But we also have to work through the things that have not allowed us to be our best self and our true self and who we are meant to be. That's where I'm at. This reflection process has been a complete pain in my butt. A lot of where like my blockage comes is right around my parents' divorce. And I talk about this thoroughly with my mom. She is very much understanding of it. My parents' divorce wasn't a fun divorce. And I think that goes for every party involved, all of us kids to my parents. And a lot of us are very protective now. We're very protective of our children, our sanity, and wanting to be the best parents that we can be. Reflecting on this with my mom, anything from my parents' divorce to when I was younger, I barely can remember If you give me a picture, sure, I might be able to like jog something. But anything else, I can't remember. But I also went through a lot during that time. My parents' divorce, I became extremely scared of my dad. I did not feel safe or comfortable around him, and I did not like the way he was speaking or treating me. There were things that I saw that really shape how I see men, and it's not a good image. It's very disgraceful, actually. And that's where my journey begins. That is where my like process of working through things is beginning, is really allowing myself to release all of that pent up emotion and just be. I'm pretty sure that's when my fight or flight started. It wasn't good, you guys. I'm going to be honest. I had a restraining order on my dad for a couple years. He extremely scared the living daylights out of me. Once that was done, tried connecting again. It didn't go well. Then there's a lot of other things. And then finally, right before Brooks was born, I shut him out. I was like, I'm done. I cannot do this anymore. And someone had just passed away this year where I reopened the door. So it had been a little over 2 years of not talking with my dad, not connecting with him, not wanting to connect with him. And everything in me, and even my journaling, screams, you have to release. You just have to release what was. I'm religious to a point, but my podcast is not about religion. But after my conversation with my mom on Sunday, I was in my hood on our car ride home, and I opened up my devotional book, and it was, forgive those, for God has forgiven us. I wholeheartedly believe that. So all of the things that I've gone through, I forgive. I forgive my dad for the things that he's done. Will I ever forget? No, absolutely not. But I forgive him, and I'm allowing it to be, and I'm allowing to let the past be in the past. And I just know the biggest thing that I've learned is protection. I will always protect my children. I will always guard my heart. And I'm releasing myself from the pain and suffering that he has caused me in my life. He may be my biological father, and I'm pretty sure he listens to my podcast. So here we go. He may be my biological father, but I am a child of God. And the biggest thing that I know is I was perfectly created and curated by God to be fun, silly, loud, obnoxious, and given these gifts of connection, courage, love, warmth, because he righteously made me the way I'm supposed to be made. All of us, and that's kind of where all this goes spiritually in my beliefs. I believe God and the universe are all connected. There's so much more than just one religion. I think it's all of these things. So if you're still here and you're like, oh my gosh, she's getting into spiritual stuff, I'm not. I'm really not. But I'm allowing myself to forgive, because God has forgiven me for all my sins and everything that I have done wrong in my life, and all the lovely skeletons I have dangling over me, because I have not lived a perfect fucking life. I have not. And the one thing I know is I am doing better. I am trying better, and I want to be better. I don't want to be this person that my children are scared of. I don't want to be this person that manipulates their children or utilizes each other against each other. I want to protect them with all my heart, and I want to do everything and anything I can for them, allow them to think and be themselves and who they are. And here's the thing, I'm obnoxious, I'm loud, but I'm funny. I realized that last week. I said it to my sister-in-law. I said, I'm funny. And she goes, you actually are. I'm like, man, where did this funniness come from? Because I always thought I wasn't, and I always thought I couldn't speak. And I'm allowing myself to see my true beauty, because I am releasing and reflecting on my past so I can live a better life for myself, for my children, and for my husband. So, with all of this, you have to do the inner work. You have to start reflecting and you have to start releasing. Once you start doing that, that's the moment you're going to start realizing you belong wherever you want to be, whatever path you want to be on, you belong there. You don't need to compare yourself to anybody else anymore because it doesn't matter. What matters is you. What matters is taking care of your health, your mindset, and what brings you so much joy in this life. It's a journey of really pushing through it, really seeing what you can do, and finally allowing yourself to live a life you want to live. So, as you start reflecting, a really good thing, again, I'm going to come back to is journaling. My journal is in front of me right now, and it is beautiful to see what I have written when I go through a meditative moment too. And when you start journaling, reflecting, and really allowing yourself to connect with your mind and body, so much can come out. And that's what I did the other day. For me, it was whatever's on my heart and whatever comes through, I just start journaling, and it was to God. It was me forgiving those who have wronged me, and that I will continue to live my life in His name with providing love and forgiveness because He forgave me. And I am releasing the pain, the sorrow, releasing being a victim because I am not a victim. I am Sydney. I am not a victim. I am Sydney. I am courageous. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am silly. I am over the top and enough all at the same time. But that's because I love and I care and I have a heart that I just want to fill everybody up with. So I forgave. I forgave myself. I forgave those who wronged me. I officially have forgiven my dad. And I know that I will be protecting myself and my children even more because I don't want them to go through what I've gone through. And I don't want them to feel like they need to have a relationship with someone that doesn't feel right. Your body can tell if things are off with someone. Pretty much in your own mind and body, you tell if something's going to be a right fit or not a right fit. You just have to believe in yourself. And that's the other thing I wanted to touch on today. When you start reflecting, you start finding your purpose and your belonging. However, when you are reflecting, you have to understand that there is a somatic healing process as well. When we go through things in our life, they do find areas where they bury themselves in and live within us. We have to start coming in tune with our breath, coming back to our breath, and starting to listen to our body, starting to listen what's coming through to be able to help start releasing things. Journaling is a great thing. I was going through a meditation the other night with my certification, and during this meditation, whatever would flow through and I needed to write down, I'd immediately grab my pen, write it down because my mind is processing through it. And these are little nooks and crannies that need to be released. There are things that I even asked my mom about this weekend because I was like, I don't know how to connect these 4 images, but they kept popping through. They were things that she knew immediately. Just things from my childhood that I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea. So, reflection, belonging, beautiful, messy beginnings. Man, start reflecting, guys. Like, I wish I could just give you a journal, throw it at you, and say, start writing. Because it's hard and I don't always do it every day and I don't always reflect every day. The moments I do start reflecting, I get very into my mind and I'm fully processing through it. That's the beauty of myself, right? I'm a sensor, I'm a feeler, and I have to sit with things. I have to work through an emotional wave before I can fully dive into things. I just have to let it be and think through it. I have to sit and reflect on an interaction if something doesn't feel right. And part of that is I just come to a calm state. I just come to a complete calm state. However, my mom thinks I get mad at her. And I'm like, I'm not mad. She even was like, I know you were in your head on the car ride home. You were mad at me. And I was like, I was not mad. I was not mad one bit. I was really, truly reflecting on me. I need to put myself into a headspace to be able to reflect and to be okay with things. So, gosh, this podcast has kind of gone sideways. And let me tell you, it's a beautiful, messy middle because one, again, it's unplanned. Two, we're figuring it out on my dang iPad that I'm praying works because could you just imagine recording and going through this and it not recording or like uploading properly to the platform? I'm just saying because that is my fear right now, but I guess you live and learn. So if you're on this journey trying to figure out where do I start, what do I do, how do I do it, start journaling and come back to your breath. Just sit and come back to your breath and be. The moment we start really purposefully tuning into our breath, the inhale and the exhale, and where we're allowing that breath to flow, whether it be down to our foot, to the back of our spine, to feeling like our breath is super heavy. The moment we start tuning in and the moment we start seeing the words float through or whatever floats through our mind, let them float through. We're never going to be able to shut our brain off, but you can mindfully see words and reflections and things come through and allow it to be. A great practice is sit in a meditative state, listen to what's flowing through, connect with your breath. And if there's something you're like, I need to write this down, have your journal right there. Start journaling it. Start writing it down, even if it doesn't make sense. Like, that's the purpose. It's not supposed to make sense. You're not going to find every connection immediately. It's just a way to be able to start your somatic journey. It is truly a journey. It is a journey. It's not a destination. And things are going to continue to evolve. Once you start working through things and recognizing you're truly going to be able to come home closer to yourself, be able to catch yourself in the moments that you need to catch yourself in. Because that's been my journey, and it's been a beautiful journey at that. So that is where I'm going to lead you with today. I'm hoping this podcast works out. And if you've made it to the end of this podcast, thank you for being here in the messy middle, even if things didn't resonate fully or the story went sideways. It's my beautiful journey. And yeah, ironically, okay, one more story before we actually jump off, guys, because gosh, I have so many stories I could share with you. I think it's just a brain dump. It's a really good brain dump. I went to a tarot card reading last week because something was telling me, you know what? Go to this tarot card reader. Don't know why, but the universe tells you to go do things when you don't understand why. One of my cards that was flipped up was a talking stick. She was telling me what a talking stick is. And like in movies, you've seen it where it's like you have a stick and you get to speak and then you get to hand it to the next person and they get to speak and so on and so forth. She mentioned that I was going to have a talking stick and I'm going to be able to share my story and my journey because I have a story that I have to share. And I don't know this lady. She doesn't know anything about me. And I intentionally made sure I did not share anything with her before going into this because I didn't want to share something that could make her change what the readings were. I'm still learning about some of these things. See, tarot cards. I'm pretty sure that's not like a religious thing I should be doing, but I like it. I like the whole spiritual side of everything because the universe, God, every religion is so beautiful. And I think that's what makes every culture so unique and dynamic. Anywho, continuing. She was talking about a talking stick and that I have a story and my children have a story and we're going to share that story. I left there and I giggled because I'm like, my podcast is my talking stick. My podcast is my journey. My podcast is being able to show up raw, authentic in the messy middle for anybody and everybody going through it and brain dumping my life away. So, anywho, it's just beautiful and divine seeing how the universe works together. And yeah, I'm just so thankful I'm on this journey. I'm so thankful I get to share my story with you guys today, and I'm so thankful that it's a little bit of a messy middle. So, anywho, we are going to end there today. I'm so thankful for you guys, and I just want you to know that if there's something on your heart, if you feel like you need to share something, if you feel like you need to forgive someone, but you're not ready to say it to them and you need to write it down or you need to say it to a friend or whatever you need to do, know that I'm here for you. Know that the collective is where it's at. Know that you are not behind. You are truly becoming on this beautiful life journey. And when we rise through it, we're going to rise through it together. You are not alone. You always will have somebody cheering you on here at the Sydney Jocelyn Collective. And that, I might have to say, is myself. I will always be in your corner rooting for you. So I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for showing up today. Don't forget to go check out the website, sign up for the collective. The website is sydneyjocelyn.com. Sign up for the collective, get on the retreat wait list, and then also come visit me on Instagram, DM me, reach out to me, like, share, comment, share this episode with a friend. The more you help me get the word out there, the more this collective is going to become such a beautiful becoming, and the more we are going to create a community of love, purpose, joy, and women uplifting each other. Even if you're a man, welcome. You are welcome here. So, again, you are not behind. You are becoming. And we don't rise through it alone. We rise through it together. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. If today's episode moved something in you, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. You can find me on Instagram at Sydney Jocelyn. That's where I share daily reflections, creative sparks, and behind the scenes of everything I'm building. You can also explore my work offerings and retreats at sydneyjocelyn.com. You're not behind, you're becoming. And you don't have to do it all alone. We rise through it together.